Good afternoon. I'm Valerie Castro. We're coming on the air with a breaking news update on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. We're now learning from a person familiar with the matter that investigators are zeroing in on a glove found about 2 miles from Nancy's home. The FBI recovered DNA from the glove, which is consistent with the type seen here, captured by a doorbell camera. Separately, two sources are telling NBC News that the investigation is leaning away from looking into the man whose home was searched Friday night as a suspect. You're seeing video of that here. They're also leaning away from looking at any relatives of the Guthrie family, focusing instead on new leads, though no one has been officially ruled out. It's now been 2 weeks since police believe this man took Nancy Guthrie from her home in the middle of the night against her will. Officials describe the suspect as a 5'9" to 5'10" male with an average build. They say the backpack he was wearing is a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack that you can only get at Walmart. Let's bring in NBC News' Dana Griffin, who is in Tucson for us. And Dana, what more can you tell us about the glove recovered in this investigation?
Yeah, so Valerie, according to the FBI, one glove found 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home in a field near the side of the road has that unknown man's DNA on it and appears to be similar to the glove that you see here on your screen. Now, to be clear, just because it looks similar, it has to be confirmed by testing that is currently underway. 16 gloves total have been recovered in this community, but investigators have determined that most of those gloves actually belong to searchers looking for evidence. Now, following some additional testing today, the FBI says the DNA profile from that unknown man will be added to the national DNA database called CODIS, which stands for Consolidated DNA Index System, which is managed by the FBI. We often hear about CODIS in Dateline episodes. It is a key tool in identifying potential crime suspects. Now, as you mentioned, two sources familiar with the investigation tell NBC News that this investigation is leaning away not only from the man whose home was searched Friday, they also say they are leaning away from the Guthrie family relatives, but officially no one has been cleared as a suspect. Now, the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie now enters its third week. It's been 2 weeks since she was seen, and right now they are focused on this lead, which is the surveillance camera outside her home showing that eerie figure show up, try to cover the camera. Investigators say that camera was disconnected the early morning hours of Sunday, and then just minutes later, Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker also disconnected from her monitoring app. Investigators say they have received tens of thousands of tips in this case, some 7,000 just since that video was released, and they are hoping as they follow up on every single lead, they can narrow down the search and hopefully find the person responsible, and the hope still remains to find Nancy Guthrie alive. Valerie?
And Dana, just quickly, it's been some time since we've had any sort of official press briefing from law enforcement. Any indication that we'll have one anytime soon?
No indication that we'll get a press conference unless there is a major development in that.
FBI. That concludes this breaking news report. I'm Valerie Castro. We'll have more coverage online at NBCnews.com and here on NBC News Now as this story continues to develop.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.